Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and meticulous signs of the zodiac, Virgo. Virgos are known for their incredible attention to detail, their analytical minds, and their deep desire to make the world a better place. But there are certain things you should avoid saying to them. So let's get into the 10 things you should never say to a Virgo. Number one, you're too critical. Every Virgo has heard this line at least once in their life. But Virgos aren't just critical for the sake of it. Their analytical nature drives them to notice the details that most people miss. When a Virgo points something out, it's not because they want to put you down, it's because they genuinely believe there's room for improvement. They have a keen eye for perfection and a deep desire to see things done correctly. When you tell a Virgo they're too critical, it feels like you're dismissing their natural inclination to make things better. It's almost like telling a painter that their brushstrokes are too precise, or a chef that their dish is too flavorful. To a Virgo, it's not criticism, it's care. Instead of brushing off their observations, try to understand where they're coming from. They're not trying to be harsh, they just see the potential for greatness in everything. And let's be honest, haven't we all benefited from a Virgo's meticulous nature at one point or another? Whether it's catching a typo before a big presentation or offering a solution to a problem you hadn't even noticed. Virgos are like the editors of the universe. So, next time, instead of saying, "You're too critical," try something like, "I appreciate your attention to detail." It'll go a long way. Number two, relax. It doesn't have to be perfect. This one really hits a nerve. For a Virgo, perfection isn't just a preference, it's a way of life. When they're working on a project, organizing their space, or even planning an event, they put their heart and soul into it. Perfectionism is their way of ensuring that everything is in order, that nothing is left to chance. So when someone tells a Virgo to relax or that it doesn't have to be perfect, it can feel like a slap in the face. To them, it's not about being overly uptight. It's about living up to their own high standards. Perfection is their comfort zone. It's where they feel most at peace. By telling them to let go of that, you're essentially asking them to go against their very nature. Instead of dismissing their need for perfection, try to support them in achieving it. Offer to help out, ask how you can assist in making their vision a reality. Virgos aren't looking for perfection from others. They just want to achieve it themselves. So instead of saying, "Relax, it doesn't have to be perfect," try, "I see how much effort you're putting into this, and it shows." This will not only validate their hard work, but also make them feel appreciated. Number three, why do you always have to plan everything? Planning is to Virgos what spontaneity is to Sagittarius. It's their bread and butter. Virgos thrive on structure and organization. They like to know what's happening, when it's happening, and how it's going to happen. This isn't because they're control freaks. It's because planning allows them to prepare for any eventuality. It's their way of creating a sense of security and stability in a world that can often feel chaotic. When you question why a Virgo feels the need to plan, it can feel like you're questioning their sanity. They're not trying to take the fun out of everything. They're trying to ensure that everything goes smoothly so that everyone can enjoy themselves. Planning is their way of caring for the people they love. So instead of making them feel bad for being the planner, acknowledge the effort they put into it. They're doing it for the benefit of everyone, not just themselves. Next time, instead of asking, "Why do you always have to plan everything?" try saying, "Thank you for organizing this. It's going to be amazing." Trust me, a little appreciation goes a long way with a Virgo. Number four, you're overthinking it. If there's one phrase that can make a Virgo's eye twitch, it's this one. Virgos are known for their analytical minds. They think things through from every angle, considering all possible outcomes before making a decision. To them, Overthinking is just thinking. It's their way of ensuring that they've covered all their bases and that they're making the best possible choice. When you tell a Virgo that they're overthinking, it can feel like you're dismissing their process. It's like telling an athlete that they're practicing too much or a musician that they're rehearsing too often. Overthinking is how they navigate the complexities of life. It's how they make sense of the world around them. By telling them to stop, you're essentially asking them to stop being themselves. Instead, try to support them in their thought process. Ask them what's on their mind, offer to listen, and help them work through their thoughts. Sometimes all a Virgo needs is a sounding board. Number 5, you're being too picky. Virgos are often labeled as picky, but to them, it's not about being difficult. It's about making sure everything is just right. Whether it's choosing a restaurant, picking an outfit, or selecting a gift, Virgos have a clear vision of what they want. They know what they like, and they're not willing to settle for anything less. This pickiness is often misunderstood as being fussy or hard to please, but in reality, it's just a reflection of their high standards. When you tell a Virgo they're being too picky, it can feel like you're dismissing their preferences and undermining their values. It's important to remember that Virgos aren't being picky to make things difficult. They're doing it because they care. They care about quality, about making the right choices, and about ensuring that everything is just as it should be. Instead of criticizing them for being too picky, try to understand their reasoning. Ask them why they feel a certain way, and you might just learn something new. So next time, instead of saying, "You're being too picky," try saying, "I appreciate your attention to detail. What do you think would be the best choice?" It shows that you value their opinion and are open to their input. Number 6, you're so boring. This one cuts deep. Virgos might not be the most spontaneous or adventurous sign, but that doesn't mean they're boring. They find joy in the simple things: reading a good book, enjoying a quiet evening at home, or having a deep, meaningful conversation. To them, life doesn't need to be a constant thrill ride. They appreciate routine, stability, and the comfort of familiarity. When you call a Virgo boring, it's like you're dismissing the things that bring them joy. It's like telling a fish that it's boring for swimming in water. Virgos might not be the life of the party, but they bring a different kind of excitement to the table. They're thoughtful, intelligent, and incredibly loyal. They might not be the ones dancing on tables, but they're the ones who will be there for you when you need them the most. So instead of saying, "You're so boring," try saying, "I really enjoy spending time with you. You make even the simplest moments special." It's a small shift, but it makes a world of difference. Number 7, you need to lighten up. Virgos take life seriously because they care deeply. They care about their work, their relationships, and their responsibilities. They're not ones to take things lightly because they understand the importance of getting things right. When you tell a Virgo to lighten up, it can feel like you're minimizing their concerns or dismissing their efforts. It's like telling a surgeon to relax during a procedure or a pilot to take it easy during a flight. Virgos approach life with a sense of duty and responsibility, and they take that seriously. Instead of telling them to lighten up, try to understand why they're feeling the way they are. Offer to help them out, share a laugh, or suggest a way to ease the pressure. Virgos don't need to be told to relax. They need to be shown that it's okay to do so. So next time, instead of saying, "You need to lighten up," try, "I know you've got a lot on your plate. How can I help?" This shows that you're there for them and that you appreciate the weight they carry. Number 8, why do you always have to be right? Here's the thing: Virgos don't always have to be right, but they often are. This isn't because they're trying to one up anyone, it's because they've done their homework. Virgos are naturally curious and love to learn. They take the time to research, to analyze, and to understand. So when they present an argument or share a fact, it's usually backed by a solid foundation of knowledge. When you accuse a Virgo of always needing to be right, it can feel like you're undermining their intelligence and the effort they put into understanding things. It's not about winning an argument for them, it's about sharing accurate information and helping others see the truth. Instead of getting defensive, try to see where they're coming from. Ask them to explain their reasoning, and you might just learn something new. Number 9, you're too sensitive. Virgos might not wear their hearts on their sleeves like some other signs, but that doesn't mean they're not sensitive. In fact, Virgos are incredibly sensitive to criticism, especially when it comes to their work or the things they care deeply about. They put a lot of thought and effort into everything they do, so when someone criticizes them, it can feel like a personal attack. When you tell a Virgo they're being too sensitive, it can feel like you're invalidating their feelings. It's important to remember that Virgos aren't sensitive for no reason. They're sensitive because they care. They care about doing things right, about being good enough, and about living up to their own high standards. Instead of dismissing their feelings, try to understand why they're feeling the way they are. Offer support, show empathy, and let them know that it's okay to feel what they're feeling. So instead of saying, "You're too sensitive," try saying, "I understand why this matters to you. How can I support you?" It's a small change, but it makes all the difference in showing that you care. Number 10, can't you just go with the flow? Virgos live with the eternal struggle between structure and spontaneity. They are planners by nature. They like to know what's coming so they can prepare for it. Going with the flow can feel like stepping into the unknown, which can be unsettling for a Virgo. It's not that they're rigid or inflexible, it's just that they find comfort in knowing what to expect. When you ask a Virgo to go with the flow, it can feel like you're asking them to abandon their sense of security. It's like asking a ship to sail without a compass or a builder to construct without a blueprint. Instead of pushing them to be more spontaneous, try to find a middle ground. Offer a plan with some flexibility, or suggest an activity that allows for both structure and spontaneity. So instead of saying, "Can't you just go with the flow?" try saying, "Let's plan something with a little room for spontaneity. What do you think?" It's a great way to show that you're considering their needs while still embracing a bit of adventure. And there you have it, 10 things you should never say to a Virgo. By understanding and respecting the way Virgos see the world, we can build stronger, more supportive relationships with them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And as always, leave a comment below. Are you a Virgo or do you know one? What's something people say to you that drives you crazy? Thanks for watching and see you next time.